Okay, so here we are about 23 and a half hours later. Here's my lamb that has just come out of the refrigerator, soaking in its yogurt marinade. And just pull that out of the marinade, just like that, and plop it into a baking pan on a wire rack. We don't clean off the lamb, let it cook just like that, and we'll use the leftover marinade when we make the gravy. Just cover the pan, sealing it around the edges. So for the time that the lamb cooks, it won't dry out. And so I take our lamb and put it into the oven. The oven is already preheated to 350 degrees. If you noticed, I've got it looks like a pizza stone down there. It's not. It's a hearth kit insert for the oven that I picked up years ago. Works well. It's kind of like a pizza stone, only thicker, and it has sides as well. So that's it for the next hour and a half or so. The lamb roast is going to sit in the oven and do its thing, and then I'll come back and finish it off and plate it and have dinner. I guess I should do the prep for serving the lamb. Originally I was going to serve it with pan roasted chunks of potato and grilled asparagus. And then Yoko chimed in her 2 cents and said, "Hey, you should do eggplant." And I thought that was an excellent idea. The leg of lamb will be served spliced on eggplant. As you can see, I'm taking out some mushrooms here. What I'm going to do is add mushrooms to the gravy off the stem. Brush off any of the dirt that remains on the caps, just like that, and then we'll get these guys chopped up so that they're ready to go in to the gravy. Cut them up nice and thin, and no fingertips. Okay, and I guess to get them ready to go into the gravy, I'm going to give them a quick saute in avocado oil. The reason I'm using avocado oil instead of olive oil is I've got nothing against olive oil, but I've learned that avocado oil, along with being a healthy oil, is a higher smoke point than olive oil, which is a good thing. And get all of our sliced mushroom into the pan, and a light pinch of salt. You can use butter if you like. Just careful not to let it burn. we'll give it a little splash of Chardonnay. While that's doing its thing, get a little bowl ready on the side here to put the mushrooms in. And I'm going to make long slices of eggplant. For the lamb. Cut about 3/8 to a half an inch thick. That should be enough on the mushrooms. Scoop those into the bowl. And get the eggplant cooking. So the lamb has been in the oven for about an hour. Time to unwrap it. Ooh. It's hot. You got those wonderful juices down in the bottom of the pan. And we'll take a quick test to see how warm it is internally. It's up to about 100 degrees Fahrenheit inside. So we'll pop it back in the oven uncovered for about another half an hour. Oh, look at all those wonderful juices. The aroma's delicious. Give it about another half an hour. To let it continue cooking. And that should be enough to get it up to where we want it to be, about a rare medium. Okay, and so it's time to take the lamb out of the oven. It's been another half an hour uncovered. Oh, that looks nice. If you want to toast it on the outside, you can broil it. Or lacking a broiler, you get out your shop torch. This is a wonderful torch. And take your carving fork and transfer your lamb over to plate for carving and just gently go over it with a knife and cut the mesh bag that holds it all together. So you can strip the bag off of it. Of course, that's going to take some of the crust with it, unfortunately. Just like that. Don't let any of this stuff go to waste. You take that, scoop it off the plate, and into a small pot that you're going to make your gravy in. That's all flavor right there. Take all of this wonderful drippings that you got here in the pan and pour that into a small pot. And then find yourself a spoon to spoon in some of the marinade. Into that pot. Burner under it. If you want it ultra smooth, of course, I guess you could use a stick blender. I don't have one of those. And cover your roast lamb. Set that on the side to rest. And get a small dish. And some cornstarch. Get about a heaping teaspoon of cornstarch. Add in a little white wine to create a slurry. So you don't get lumps from the cornstarch in your gravy. And add about maybe a half a cup or so of Chardonnay. Into what's in the pot. And I guess you could just cook this down to thicken it, but using cornstarch as a cheat to enhance the thickness of the gravy, which is not a bad thing in my book. That's better. Much better. So that was, what, about maybe 6 teaspoons of cornstarch. Pull the heat off of that. Get it sliced and ready to plate. You know, I've got this dish of mushrooms over on the side here. Forgot all about them. We'll stir those into the gravy. I should have done that earlier. But no harm, no foul. They're in there now. Adding their mushroomy goodness to the whole affair. Of course, you're not going to be able to see this as I slice it, really. I'm using my Shige Haru knife that Yoko got for me last year. The Shige Haru knife is a wonderful knife. It's not sharpened on this side, it's only sharpened on the one side. So it's a right-handed knife. It's got a very thick blade. It weighs in at about 1 1/4 pounds. So it's a heavy knife. And the advantage to that is that you don't have to press too much as you carve with it. It just kind of lets gravity do the work. It's a beautiful knife. It made out of high carbon steel. Holds an edge really well. Stays nice and sharp. Oh boy. Look at that lamb. Oh. That is wonderful. I'll come back when I've got it all plated and ready to serve. And there you have it on the plate. Delicious roast lamb, the way I prefer to do it. With a sprig of fresh rosemary across the top as a garnish. And roasted asparagus on the sides. That is some good eating right there. So I just finished dinner with Yoko. Oh, so wonderful. So now you know my preferred way to make roast leg of lamb. Oh, it's wonderful stuff. So until I see you next time, enjoy your life.